Dunham Massey, they have been making shadow puppets. We also have been trying to make a play.
We are making a winter trail for people to walk around and experience a story about Roger.
The Earl, the last Earl who lived here, his travels around the world and his return to the house.
Dunham Massey is a historic house set within a deer park.
It's not like any other grand house that I've ever visited. It's set out in a really playful way.
We wanted to have something where the house was open through the winter, but we wanted to do it a little bit differently.
Stuff and Nonsense work with children a lot and want to really sort of foreground the children's imaginations.
We had a week with children from 3 different schools around the area, and we were trying to get ideas through puppetry and storytelling.
Using the objects and using the house itself as like a canvas for the story.
We wanted to be able to see the story from a child's point of view.
Story consultants, I suppose you'd call them, creative consultants.
We were really excited by the prospect and it just sort of ran from there.
In this production, I am the lead artist. Follow me up to the stairs, up in the room, and then we'll put our bags down.
Initially, we had a tour around the house, which is amazing. There's so much history here, so many different stories. The Earl who lived here was like a sort of notorious collector of different items from around Europe. So we're sort of extracting stories from the objects around the house.
We spent a lot of time trying to find out what they thought were precious things. So if they were to go on a trail like the Earl, what would they think were precious things to bring back?
And was it the carving in the bench that you really liked?
Yeah, I liked all the intricate patterns and stuff.
The children always, as well, having their input, they come up with ideas that you would never have thought of, and then it's really nice developing those and extending those. Has anybody done any shadow puppets before?
Yay!
Oh, excellent. We've got some professionals in the house.
We've made puppets, that's what we're doing right now. Some people are making the Earl, or some people are making like the sea and a boat or things like that. Some people are making trees.
Okay, so you and Sadie want to go out?
So you teleport the person into the house. Yes. And then he comes up the chimney, falls into here. Make it up as you go.
I think throughout the week we're just going to be continuing to sort of condense the ideas, and we're going to be working with the kids every day. They've definitely enjoyed it today, yeah. Yeah, there was lots of enthusiasm, right from the start actually, but even more at the end, which is always a good sign.
This week we are at the Lyric Theatre in Bridport, which is where Stuff and Nonsense is based. We've had a bit of a break and now we are back taking all the material that we got from the kids and what we were inspired by in Dunham Massey, and we are trying to put it together. We only have half an hour for this trail and each room has to be quite tightly timed. So we have to find out what information we definitely need from each room, from the story, from the characters, and be quite strict about it.
If we set up for the entrance then, and I'll go and get Jane and we'll do timings.
You always get this part when you're making a show, where you always get a part when you're like, I don't know how it fits together. But we've sort of been sitting in that part all week.
She could be singing from another room, no? If they're coming through.
Hopefully, by the end of tomorrow, we will have a clear framework of a story and characters, and we will have fleshed out enough of what we need to be able to hand that over to the real cast.
Please follow the ushers from the National Trust, who will take you to your evaluation forms and biscuits.
No biscuits.
No biscuits. And potential biscuits.
We are in the Lyric Theatre in Bridport. We are doing a 3-day rehearsal period for Stuff and Nonsense's immersive show. I worked with Nikki a lot when I was a teenager. We did like a big community show together, and I did the youth theatre company, and then I helped with an R&D for Stuff and Nonsense when I was like 15. This rehearsal period is like fleshing it out, kind of blocking it, rehearsing it, and figuring out tweaks within the storyline, essentially like ironing out the last changes that could be made to the narrative.
Okay, let's give it a little try.
I've been in like a few rehearsal rooms now, and I just still think there's something so exciting and open and explorative about a Stuff and Nonsense rehearsal room.
I'm just going to say it and then let it go, because it's a ridiculous idea.
It's all about making offers and being playful and keeping playful. Like it's never about getting it right first time. I am quite a new performer, but I also feel really like held and supported by everyone in the cast and company.
We have been having a production week for the trail at Dunham Massey. We did some runs yesterday and everybody's getting their characters and their voices, and it's getting a bit more cheeky and it's getting a bit more fun. I think everybody's relaxing into it, which is really nice.
Do you want, let's run that verse again, because we just need to get the melody for that.
This is the first time that all of the actors have been in the actual house, plotting where they're going to be going, plotting where their props go, just being part of the trail and actually coming and seeing and getting settled in their spaces, because the rooms here are so impressive.
I don't know how the children are going to respond to stuff, so they might get too energised because we obviously don't want them running around.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see.
Today they're going to be part of a dress run and they're going to see some of their ideas that are incorporated in the trail. I hope they'll find it inspiring. It'd be really nice to hear their feedback.
Welcome! I am Mass, the butler here at Dunham Massey. Now, where's my faithful friend and companion, Peter the Pug?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Harriet, the best horse housekeeper in the world.
Kitty, the Earl is back!
I just saw an amazing show. It was one of the best experiences I've probably ever had.
I don't know how to really explain how it was. It's just amazing.
There's a tradition that a feast has to happen very soon after the Earl sets foot back in the house.
I definitely enjoyed the music. I was singing along everywhere I got to.
Let's work together, cook a festive winter feast. Delicious food for every human being and beast. Shake like salt and pepper, and taste the salsa. Let's eat and drink and dance until we fall asleep.
The team here have been brilliant. Whatever you ask for, if it's possible, it will be done.
Having the warm-ups outside in the courtyard and seeing this group move around the spaces and seeing it through their eyes. From my point of view, I've loved working with Stuff and Nonsense. It's been really fun, it's been really engaging. They've been really respectful of the spaces and really wanted to weave a narrative that makes sense in this space.
I was here in the 6 weeks of my holidays helping to make ideas for it.
Like some of the music in the show, some of the ideas, some of the puppets.
I hope that it brings them more self-confidence, that any idea could be a great idea, that you don't get discounted if it's weird and wonderful and wacky, and to see that there's a huge range of people doing a huge range of jobs that you don't normally think about or hear.
I didn't know that it'd be more exciting than I thought. I've been excited all day in school and I've been too excited to even do much except to talk about how excited I am.
It's just an amazing experience to have.
Winter feast for human being and beast. Winter feast, let laughter be released.
I flew to France, oh, how I danced, oh gosh. When I popped over to Pisa and propped up the tower, I saw India and scaled the turrets with marble. I traversed the four corners of the world and I've seen such marvels. At first I tried to fill the house with mementos and souvenirs. Trinkets, treasures, or oddities could bring back the travelling years. Yes, he's travelled far and near, but there's nowhere quite like here. Quite like here. Nowhere quite like here.